Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Skill 247 Avenue. This is our second lesson on Microsoft Excel. In this lesson, we'll look at the meaning of workbook and we'll also look at the meaning of worksheet. We will go ahead and explore the worksheet by looking at how to insert a new worksheet inside the workbook. We will also look at how to rename a worksheet. We will also look at how to move or copy a worksheet, and we'll also look at how to adjust column width and then how to adjust the row height. And finally, we'll look at how to use some editing tools in Microsoft Excel. Now, when we talk about the workbook is an Excel file that contains one or more worksheets. So if you want to insert a new worksheet inside your workbook, which is book 1, just come here, down here, and then click on this plus sign. Now see what we have here. We have sheet 2 here. If you want to create another one, just click on it. See, we have another sheet, which is sheet 3. So there's another way you can add or insert a new worksheet inside your workbook. Now, if you want to insert a new one, right click on the Sheets tab here. The first option here says Insert, so we'll go ahead and click on Insert. Now we have the Insert dialog box here, and the first option that has been selected is Worksheets. Of course, you can select the options you have here, but we want to insert a new worksheet, so we'll go ahead and click on OK, since worksheet has already been selected here. So we'll go ahead and click on OK. Now see, we have sheet 4 here. Now we have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, and then sheet 4. So let's do it again. Let's add another one again. So you right click, then you go to Insert. The worksheet has already been selected out of the options we have here, so we just click on OK. Now we have 5 worksheets here. As you can see, we have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, and sheet 5. So a worksheet is a single page or a single sheet that is found in a workbook, in this case book 1. So we have 5 worksheets here, and they make up the entire workbook, which is book 1. So this book 1, that is the default name of the Microsoft Excel when you open it. So the default name is book 1. However, you can rename your workbook to any name you want. So now let's try to rename our workbook. So I'll come to File and click on it. So, and then I'll go ahead and click on Save As. I don't want to save my workbook on OneDrive, so I want to save it on my PC. So I will choose this PC. Then I'll select Browse. Now, when I select Browse, the Save As dialog box will appear here. So as you can see, the name of my file, which is book 1, has been highlighted here. That means it is ready to be changed. So I want to change it and make it student information. I want to make it student information, but let's just make it student info. So I'll come here and click on Save. So when I click on Save, now let's come back here to my title bar. You see, now my book 1 has been renamed to student info. So this is how you name your file or you name your workbook. So let's go back to the sheets or the sheet tabs or the worksheets. The worksheets too can be renamed by 2 methods. First of all, you can rename it by the double click method. So if I want to rename this sheet, which is sheet 2, I'll just double click inside it. See that the name sheet 2 has been highlighted, so I can type any name I want there. Or let's rename. If I want to rename this, I can double click in it and then give it a name I want. So maybe let's say students classes, students classes. So that's the name of my new worksheet. I've renamed it from sheet 1 to students classes. So let's come here to this sheet. We can also rename by using the right click method. So when you right click, we have our options here. As you can see, we have rename. So we just go ahead and click on rename. So you can give it a name you want. Let's say students details. Students details. So this is how you rename your worksheet. So you can use the double clicking method, or you can use the right clicking method to rename your worksheet. So now let's look at how we can move our worksheet. Let's say this worksheet here is students classes, and this one is students details, and this one is still sheet 4. So if I want to move this worksheet from where it is to where the sheet 4 is, then I will just come here on that worksheet and then I'll right click it. When I right click it, I'll come to this option, move or copy option. I'll click on it. As I said earlier, I want to move it where the sheet 4 is. That means it is before sheet 5. So I'll go ahead and click on sheet 5 here in the dialog box, and then I'll click on OK. Now see what has happened. Students classes is now right before sheet 5. So this is how you move your worksheet from each place to another place. And you can also create a copy or a duplicate of your worksheet if you want. For instance, this worksheet here, which I renamed student details, if I want to create a duplicate of this worksheet, I will just right click on it. When I right click on it, I will come to move or copy. When I come to move or copy, I will just click on it. When the dialog box comes, I will come here and check the box here. You see it says create a copy. I will just go ahead and click OK. Now see what we have here. Student details 2, and this is student details 1. So we've just created a copy of the worksheet called student details. Now let's move up and look at how we can adjust our rows and columns. In our first lesson, we discussed what a column is, and we also discussed what a row is. We discussed that the group of cells here that run down vertically, and they are identified by the alphabets, they are the columns. These are the columns. So this is column A, column B, column C, column D. So that's what we have there. So this is column A, column B, column C, column D, column E, column F, up to the last one, which is XFD. And when you come here, we have row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6, up to the last one, which is 1,048,576. So now, if you want to adjust your column width, if you look at this space between column A and column B, just place your mouse pointer there until it turns into this plus sign with a double header arrow. Then you click and drag the arrow. Now see what I have. See the column width. It is very wide now, as you can see. Now if you also want to adjust the row height, you can come between 1 and 2, the line between 1 and 2, place your mouse pointer there until it changes into this arrow, the double headed arrow. Click and drag down. Now see, the row height is increasing. So this is how you adjust your rows and columns. So let me come on my quick access toolbar and click on undo. So when I click on undo, it reverses my actions. So if I want to do it again, I'll click on redo, and then it will repeat the action I took earlier on, which is adjusting the rows and the columns. You see that the actions have been repeated here. So I don't want this, so let me undo this. Okay, now let's go ahead and do some editing. So I want to type this name, let's say age. Okay, so I'll come here, Kofi, Ama, and then Abina. So let's give Kofi this age, let's give Ama this age, and let's give Abina 17. So now let's say if you are typing a word and it doesn't fit inside your cell, there's a way you can adjust it. So currently we are in cell C1. So let me type this word here automatically. So you see, this word is supposed to be in cell C1, but it is spilling into cell D1. So how do I do that? As I said earlier, you can come here, click, and then adjust it nicely to fit. Now see that the word automatically it is fitting inside the cell C1 nicely. Or you can also do it this way. You can come to the line between C and D and double click. So when you double click, it will auto fit the word to fit the cell, which is C1. Now I want to talk about the copy, cut, and paste features in Excel. Now if I want to make a duplicate or copy this name here to a destination I want, I can use the right click option or I can use the keyboard shortcut. But let's start with the right click option. So when I right click, see the options I have. So I will choose copy. Let's say I want to paste it here. So I'll just right click and then I'll choose my paste option here. Now see, the name Kofi is still here, but a duplicate of the name has been created here. So that means we are using the copy feature. So let me undo it. Now let's use the keyboard shortcut. So I'm going ahead and I'll press Ctrl C. When I press Ctrl C, the name Kofi or the text Kofi will be saved to our clipboard. So I want to paste it here. So I'll click on Ctrl V. That's the keyboard shortcut for paste. So you see, this is how you use the copy and paste method in Microsoft Excel. Now let's look at how we can use the cut and paste. So I want to remove the name Abena from this side and then move it to any destination I want or any cell I want. So I'll go ahead, I'll right click and then I'll select cut. When I select cut, if I want to move it here, I'll just right click and then paste it. So if I paste it, see what happens. The name moves away from its destination completely to the new destination. So that's what the cut option does. So now let's use the keyboard shortcut for cut, which is Ctrl plus X. So I'll just do this. Let me select the cell first, Ctrl X. Now I've just cut the name Abena and it is now in my clipboard. So let me paste it here by pressing Ctrl V. So see what we have here. It has been pasted here. Now there's a very nice feature called the autofill feature. So this feature is used to predict a pattern. For instance, if I want to type the days of the week, let's say days of the week, now let me come here, double click and then auto fit my caption here or my label here, which is days of the week. So the first day is Monday. So now I don't have to go click Tuesday, Wednesday, it types Tuesday, Wednesday up to the Sunday. I'll just come here at the bottom right corner of the cell. There's a dot there. I'll just place my mouse pointer there and it will turn into this skinny plus sign. So I'll just click and drag and then Excel will predict the pattern and list the rest of the days for me. Even when it gets to Sunday, it will start from Monday again. So that's how it works. For instance, you can also do the same for the months in the year. So let's say January. I'll type January here. So instead of coming down here, clicking February, March, April up to the last month, I'll just bring my mouse pointer here at the bottom right corner on the dots, click and then I'll drag down. See what is happening. Excel will predict the pattern and then give me the months. So this is the auto fit feature. So in this lesson, we've looked at the meaning of workbook. We've also looked at the meaning of worksheets. We've looked at how to insert a new worksheet in a workbook. We've also looked at how to move or copy a worksheet. And then we also discussed how to adjust our rows and columns. And finally, we just finished discussing some editing tools. In future videos, we'll look at some more editing tools. But before we go, check the first comment of this video for the live Q&A session. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.